Good evening, everyone. Late Night Mega here, and tonight we're doing another Aetherdrift draft. So let's hop in here, find us a draft table. I keep talking about wanting to do the cycling deck. Maybe this time we'll get to do the cycling deck, I don't know. Alright, we got our table, we have the cycling rare. Monument to Endurance, there's also a River Pyre Verge here. If only we could take both. Maybe Bounce Off or Trip Up will come back to us. There's Fang Guardian here, Gallant Strike's pretty good. Ketrodon, of course. Bobble. But yeah, we're just going to take the Monument to Endurance. You guys can see what that does. Whenever we discard a card, we choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Draw a card, make a treasure, or make each opponent lose 3 life. That is going to be the pick here. And we follow that up with Outpace Oblivion. Just 5 damage to something. It's in the colors that we want to be in, so this is just great removal. And it has a little bonus effect, start your engines. It can deal 2 damage to each player who doesn't have max speed. I'm not just going to start taking cycling cards like Trip Up over premium removal spells. And while we're waiting for packs, let's take a look at who else is in here. Nick with a bunch of eyes. Biting Pearl. Rabbleport. Okay. Let's get some of the cycling payoff creatures. They're 1 and 2 mana. They're uncommons. They're not in this pack. I mean, I guess there's Adrenaline Jockey. I don't think we'll have much exhaust, but there's nothing else here for a cycling deck. Could take a Ketrodon, because maybe we aren't blue-red. I almost want to force it, though. Ketrodon is just better. But we will need some amount of creatures. There's a Packdoll Terror. But here's a Keen Buccaneer. We'll do a Packdoll Terror deck a different day. We're going to take the Keen Buccaneer. It exhausts. It lets us loot when we exhaust. Two Packdoll Terrors in a row. Well, we can take a Thopterist here. I'm happy with that. There's the Spire Mech Cycle, but we're not going to have a ton of vehicles. It does have an exhaust ability, though. Okay, now all our cards are coming in the same pack. We've got the Thunderhead Gunner, which I do want to get one of those. Road Rage, which I'm going to take. And Howler's Heavy, which is also nice. I'm going to take the Road Rage here. Hopefully we get a Gunner. Well, that worked out really nicely, because I almost wanted to pick that Gunner. There's a guy like Pathmaker. Nothing else for us in this pack. Here we can take a Bounce Off. And back to our initial pack. Now here we can take the Trip Up. Could also take the Prowlcatcher Specialist, but I'd rather have some cycling stuff. Because here we can take the Specialist. Alright, we got a nice start to a blue-red cycling deck. We could use more cycling, but we'll get those. We need the 1-mana Mako and the 2-mana Sky Ray. That is what we're looking for. But we still have 2 whole packs to go. I'm more likely to splash green for if we get loot, so I'm going to take this land. We'll put it to the sideboard for now. I don't think we're playing Camera Launcher, at least I hope we're not. Packdoll Terror, second to last pick? What was that about? Oh hey, there's a cycling payoff card. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a 1/1 Thopter token. So that's going to be the pick here. Other cards for us, Keen Buccaneer. Other nice cards in the pack, Run Over, the Seeker, the Legak. But yeah, this is just a pretty easy Thopter Fabricator. Alright, well here's another thing that lets us discard. Discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many. So yep, that goes in this deck. Oh yes, we are in the right lane here. Captain Howler Sea Scourge. Get in the deck. This is what we want to be doing. 4 mana for a 5/4, ward 2 and pay 2 life. And whenever I discard 1 or more cards, target creature is +2/+0 for each card discarded this way. Whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player this turn, you draw a card. And it's a Shark Pirate. So we have 3 great rares for this deck already. Alright, so here it's between the Coral Tyrant or the Sky Streak Engineer. I'm going to take the Engineer. I'm not the biggest fan of 0-power creatures. I would rather even take like the 3/1 Defender. There's obviously a Gas Guzzler here, Lifecraft Engine, those aren't for us. Okay, we have the 1-mana Cycler. There's like the 4th Packdoll Terror. We have 1 bounce off already. I'm going to take the Engineer here. Just so we have stuff to do. And here we'll take another bounce off. We just need the uncommon cycling creatures. And what does this thing do? Copy target spell you control. Slick Imitator. I guess we'll try it. Is this thing legendary? Yes, it is, so we can't copy that. Pit Automata. That's not what I want. I guess I'll take the Scrap Compactor here in case we're desperate for removal. We haven't really seen much. Red hasn't been open in this direction, which is a little bit worrisome. Here we'll take the Mangler. Just a nice defensive ground card. We're not playing any of these. I don't think we need the Ticket Taker. We've got a lot of 1 and 2 mana plays already. The scoreboard. Ooh, a Gearhulk. Not really one for us, but we'll take it for the collection. Oil Deep Gearhulk. Yeah, 4 mana for 4/4 lifelink and ward. You look at target player's hand. You could even choose yourself, so if you have extra lands, you can discard one and draw into something else. We're losing out on a second Road Rage, but I'm okay with that to take a mythic. Nothing else for the cycling deck here. Well, hey, it's in our colors. It's a Fish Pirate. Vehicles I control have haste whenever we attack. If a pirate and vehicle attacked, draw 3, discard 2. So we are up to 4 rares now for this deck. Nothing else in this pack is really interesting to me. There's a Hazard of the Dunes, though. But that's not for us. Alright, I guess I can take the Magmakin Artillerist. I guess we can take another one. This rare is not very playable. Alright, here's a Howler's Heavy. Oh, there's also a Crash and Burn, though. I think we just take the Heavy. And we'll take Crash and Burn here. Yeah, we have to cut a couple cards. We're actually low on cycling. But we do have some cards like Keen Buccaneer that can filter for us. None of these cards go in our deck. Man, we could have like Packed Altars, this Oil Deep Gearhulk. We'd have a pretty sick blue-black deck, too. How many of these things are we going to see instead of our payoff cards? I guess I'll take Dynamite Diver. I don't really want it, though. We'll just take the uncommon. I don't think we're playing Rocket Burner. Well, we do have the rare that wants us to attack with a vehicle and pirate. But this deck doesn't want too many vehicles anyways. Another jockey. Guess he's going to jockey for position. I have less of those, and an island. Okay, so we're lacking in some of the payoff cards. But we do have ways to... Well, actually we have rares that help us out. How many exhaust things do we have? We got 1, 2, 3 exhaust things? I guess these could be playable. Anything with cycling, I'm going to put over here. We're a little bit lacking in removal. But maybe we can cut the scrap compactor anyways. Oh, we also have these exhaust creatures, so that's 5 exhaust creatures to go with our jockeys. That doesn't seem bad. This just seems like it would be cute. But we need to make some cuts. And we do have the Mangler here for an early blocker as well. Yeah, we're very light on cycling cards. But we picked up like all the great rares for this deck. I'm going to cut a jockey. Because I'm not cutting any of this other stuff. I could cut a bounce off. Now we'll cut the jockey. And we'll run the deck like this. 9 red, 8 blue. Yep. Because we have a red 1-drop. Should the Monument be our star card, or should it be our Captain Howler? We'll make it Captain Howler. Alright, Farmziller is our first opponent with the Zoraline avatar. Normally I wouldn't keep a hand like this, but we do have Sky Streak Engineer. Engine Rat for our opponent. I can also cycle the trip up if we need to. We can bounce off the token. So it's white-black. We don't want to let them get to max speed if we can help it. But I don't see us being able to stop that. Couldn't find a fourth land, really? Really? I've got 9 mountains in the deck. We've seen none of them in 13 cards. And now we're just gonna lose. Yep, this was kind of a non-game. Three lands never even saw a fourth one. Okay, well, hopefully we have a bit better luck this time. I suppose maybe I shouldn't have blocked the engine rat. So I'd still have a 1/3 to block the 1/1s. But if you don't draw your lands and can't play your cards, it doesn't really matter. Al Dentist is our next opponent. We're not doing this again. Alright, we'll keep it. I don't think we'll need to bounce off anything turn 1 here. Oh hey, the Thopter Fabricator's here. We're up against blue-green. Loxodon Surveyor for our opponent. And Shark for us. I could crew this. Do I want to? I don't really care about starter engines. We'll get in some damage. Well, I don't care about starter engines in a blue-green deck, because they're just going to have these surveyors. There's a Keen Buccaneer for our opponent. Howler's Heavy, here we go. Whatever they do, they can't kill it. What did I just get done telling you? That was a great exchange for us. Beast Rider Vanguard, that's a good one. But not quite good enough here. We get Nimble Thopterist. Oh, do you have a counter? You do. Well, that's annoying. But we're attacking for 9, which I imagine our opponent also finds annoying. We both seem to be stuck on 4 lands. You're gonna try to mill me? I mean, okay. Monument. Oh, we're not gonna have time for it this game, are we? We do have the bounce off, so I feel relatively safe attacking in here. Not going to use the Outpace Oblivion yet. Yeah. Our opponent just kind of got stuck on 4. Well, we both got stuck on 4 lands. It's just we had better things to do with our mana. Shinblade. Opponent goes first. This hand just doesn't do anything. I mean, there's a bounce off, but we would need to draw stuff from the deck. This hand is reasonable. There's the Dawn Tyrant. White, blue, red. That's an interesting looking island. Huh. Perilous Snare, huh? I don't think that's the best use of Perilous Snare. But now we really got to prevent max speed. We really just got to draw land. Really, game? I realize I bottomed a land, but when you take a mulligan like that, you gotta try to keep your more impactful cards. If we draw an island here, we can go Thopter, Fabricator, and Cycle. It can obviously replay it. But I just needed to buy a little bit of time. Okay. So opponent is, what, blue, white, splashing red? Recycling night market, what does that mean? Does our opponent just have a bunch of interaction in their hand? So I'm not going to run out the gunner yet. Oh, that thing can crew that. That's really bad. Oh, they're at max speed. And we didn't get the destroy artifact cycling card. And now that can just start making things bigger. We're not going to beat this. Opponent's still at 20, yeah. Perilous Snare got online. And we just don't have answers. Why are we having so many mana problems in these games? Longshot 8 is our next opponent. We're in the 1-2 bracket. We can keep this. Finally a keepable hand. Keepable being, you know, somewhat relative. Lands aren't bad because we can always cycle them away with the gunner. There's a 4-1. Do I want to trade here? Not particularly. The armory, okay. And you know what, let's slow things down a little bit. Whenever a player casts a spell if it's not during their turn. Oh, that counts for me too. Gross. Ooh, that mount. That's a good one. So we got 3 mana. It's a 2/3. I don't understand why they just threw away their creature. I suppose I could have attacked with the jockey as well. Another armory? Yeah, that's a lot of armor. So it'll become a 4/6. Alright. That definitely needs to go. Block like that. And we'll take a hit here. But I think we'll be fine. Because the rest of their attacks were just really bad. We're only losing the pirate. Now the question is, do I just trip up this thing and... You didn't let me answer my question, opponent. So yeah, we trip up this thing, get rid of it, 4, 8, 12, that's lethal. So there you go. Alright, we're 2-2. Let's hope things start getting better. We haven't gotten to use the monument yet. We've used our other rares, though. Nosh is our next opponent. Oh hey, it's the best starting hand we've had all day. We have 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, Road Rage. Not interested in trading. Stock up. Alright. Play our Thopter Fabricator here. Because next turn we have the Swashbuckler, we'll crew, we'll swing in. That's the plan. We'll see how it goes. I could use another mountain, especially because I had a feeling this was coming. But that still doesn't beat anything. Oh, it gives vehicles haste, so I should have played this last turn. Okay. We'll take it. I feel like that was a really early concession. Maybe our opponent was frustrated and having a bad day too. Well, this isn't a bad day. We got to 3 wins. L Dutch, and L Dentist. Our opponents are weird today. We have the Buccaneer on 3. I'm gonna keep this. So at least we got to 3 wins, if nothing else. Oh, Midnight Mangler. Nice of you to join us. Could have used you when we were up against those aggressive opponents. Engineer for our opponent, sure. I wonder, do I play the Monument? Oh, yuck. I think we do. Let's get our Monument in play. Let's have some fun with it. Opponent did miss a land drop last turn. That's worth noting. Stock up probably to find a land or two. What's this thing? Crew 2, okay. Well, we're gonna have to cycle. Wow, we cannot get a, land to save us. There we go. Do I want to play the Goblin or Road Rage? Well, they're not ready to activate this yet. So I think the Goblin's the right choice. Get aggressive. Try and win with the Monument. We're all about that. Next turn I can Road Rage and Keen Buccaneer. Grimbobble, that's fine. A second stock up. Okay. And our Thunderhead Gunner is going to go great with the Monument as well. But wow, our opponent getting 2 stock ups. I don't really want to play this until I have something to discard right away. just in case bad things happen. Possession engine. That counts as a bad thing happening, right? Oh, it's still going to be tapped. Actually, we almost have game here. We just have to cycle one more card. So, opponent needs to kill this. We can bounce this off. Island would be the best draw, because then we can bounce off, play the Buccaneer, and activate it, doing the thing, and killing our opponent. That's what we want to have happen. Or just any card with cycling. This has to die, opponent. Haunt the weak. Okay. That was quite a chunk. I guess it didn't have to die. You can accrue it in response. Yeah. Okay. You can't take a hit here. The best you can do, you gotta double chump block. Otherwise I win the game. Yep. I'm still going to do the 3 life thing. Because it's just, we're threatening lethal. And I mean, there hasn't been a spin out yet on the gunner. There's a bobble. Okay. What else you got? You got 3 cards. Activate Thunderhead Gunner. There we go. Monument got to do its job. We did the thing with the monument. We've now utilized all of our rares at least once. So I'm happy. Noodle is our opponent. calls himself Noodle. What is this? We can keep very loosely based on the goblin here, letting us discard extra mountains to try and find non-mountain cards. And we also have Trip Up we can cycle. Still, I'm not a fan. Okay, well we found a non-mountain card. Opponent is on Esper colors. Yeah, we just draw a bunch of islands now. I need another goblin. Starting column. That's not something I was expecting. I'll take the Mangler. It will at least block the 1-2. I probably just cycle this Trip Up. Start your engines, you have no maximum hand size, max speed. If you would draw a card, draw 2 instead. Vinwix. Okay. Collision Course. Well, I can't do anything about that. Yeah, I'm gonna cycle this. Well, we have removal. We just don't have any good targets for the removal yet. So for now, we're just gonna chill. Collision Course to destroy an artifact. Okay. I do care if they get max speed with this thing. So let's just get rid of it. I don't care about being hit for 1. I don't care about this thing eventually draining us. I do care about that. I'm going to save the lands because we have things that let us discard. And I may want to, you know, do that. Oh dear. Flying First Strike Lifelink, Crew 3, cycling. That is a terrifying card. I guess I gotta sack this, that's why I played the land. Oh, that's right, you had starting column. Fortunately, they don't have a way to crew that. Just gave our opponent max speed. Just can't crew that either. And see, this has just been like a blue-red deck. It hasn't really done much for the cycling theme. I can always Road Rage this, or Road Rage something else. Okay. You can't crew that either. Enter as a copy of an artifact or creature you control. I don't want it to copy this because then you can crew that. Copy something else. Guidelight Pathmaker, sure. You already couldn't get something to crew. Aww. You found a way to crew. We 6/7, we deal 7. Problem is, that's all we're doing. We might not beat the noodle here. Oh, now drawing extra cards with starting column. Oh, Impact Altair. Yeah, of course. Okay. Well, let's take one final look at the deck. I think we had a good run with it. 4 wins, only losing 100 gems to get, you know, all this stuff. We had the Monument, we had the Swashbuckler, we had the Captain Howler. Where was our other rare? The Thopter Fabricator. So yeah, we were missing those uncommon cycling payoffs, but we had a lot of the rare ones. The cycling cards were just few and far between this draft, but we had other things that helped us discard, like the Keen Buccaneer, the Grease Wrench Goblin. So we had some ways to enable these discard effects. Overall, I had fun playing the deck. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. And we'll claim our prize. And for now, I'll take my leave.